The Latin root of the term vegetarian refers to the source of life. The famous Albert Einstein once said, "Nothing will benefit human health and increase the chances for survival of life on Earth as much as the evolution to a vegetarian diet." Vegetarianism has been around for hundreds and hundreds of years and is developing and becoming more popular as the years continue. There are different subgroups of vegetarianism, which give people plenty of options when trying to figure out which diet is best for them. Not only will you benefit tremendously, you can help save animals all around the world and even change the environment you live in. First, I want to inform you on the history of how vegetarianism came about. Evidence of the human race choosing to avoid animal products has been traced back over 2,000 years. With that being said, vegetarians weren't always called vegetarians. Named after the Greek mathematician Pythagoras, Pythagoreans was the name used back in the day for a vegetarian. His followers and him ate the plant-based diet due to his religious beliefs and ethical objections. After his death, this idea carried on. Like-minded individuals formed the Vegetarian Society in England in the mid-1800s. The human body physically has traits resembled to herbivores more so than meat eaters. For example, meat eaters have sharp teeth to use in the tearing of their food. Herbivores have back molars to grind up their food. Meat eaters have an intestinal tract only 3 times their body length, so that rapidly decaying meat can pass through quickly, while herbivores have an intestinal tract 10 to 12 times their body length. Sound familiar? Carnivore saliva is more acidic to break down the meat. Human saliva is more alkaline and doesn't act properly on the meat. From the information given, it seems to me that our bodies weren't made to consume meat. Next, there are several different types of vegetarian diets, ranging from the most restrictive type of diet to the most lenient one. Vegan diets are the strictest of the vegetarian diets. They do not consume meat, meat byproducts, or animal byproducts. Meat byproducts consist of things like gelatin and animal broths, and animal products include honey, dairy, and eggs. Lacto-vegetarians will eat dairy, but do not consume meat, meat byproducts, or eggs. Ovo-vegetarian will eat eggs, but does not consume meat or dairy products. Lacto-ovo-vegetarian eats dairy and eggs, but does not consume meat. Poultarian eats poultry, fowl, eggs, and dairy, but does not consume red meat or fish. Pescatarians eat seafood, fish, eggs, and dairy, but they do not eat red meat, poultry, or fowl. See how many options one can choose from? Start from the easiest diet and just go up the ladder. You won't regret how these diets make you feel. Lastly, the best part of changing to a plant-based diet has to be the benefits it brings not only to you, but to our animals and the environment around us. Ever want to alleviate world hunger? Try a vegetarian diet. To produce 1 pound of beef protein, over 10 pounds of plant protein is used. More food would be available to the 925 million people in chronic hunger if we fed the 10 pounds of plants to humans instead of the animals. Research discovered from the Cornell University found out that all the grain used to feed U.S. livestock alone could feed 800 million people. Become a vegetarian and save the world, just one animal at a time. Meat-eating diets just contribute to the 35 million cows, 9 billion birds, and 115 million pigs that are killed every year in the United States. One vegetarian saves around 400 animals yearly from just changing their diet. The United States Department of Agriculture estimates that 500 million tons of manure is produced yearly by livestock. Manure produces toxic hydrogen sulfide and ammonia that pollutes air and water. According to the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, raising animals for food creates 18% of global greenhouse gases. This comes from manure, decomposition, enteric fermentation, and deforestation to make room for growing feed and grazing animals. Through this demonstration, hopefully you learned something new about the history of vegetarianism, the different types of diets one can choose from, and how becoming a vegetarian can help our planet. Remember, the famous Albert Einstein once said, "Nothing will benefit human health and increase the chances for survival of life on Earth as much as the evolution to a vegetarian diet." Why not try this theory? Imagine if the whole world became vegan.